Iako ju je određen dio javnosti više zapamtio kao bivšu manekenku te suprugu Paula McCartneya, Heather Mills svoje doprinos svijetu dala na jedan puno jači i drugačiji način. Ova najpoznatija svjetska humanitarka već više od 20 godina pomaže drugima. Poznata je kao aktivistica za prava životinja, sudjeluje u akcijama razminiravanja te brojnim drugim organizacijama, a najupečatljiviji je njezin doprinos invalidima, budući da je sama izgubila nogu. S obzirom na to da je Heather svoj hendikep pretvorila u svoju najveću prednost, uhvatili smo je dok se priprema za britanski show Dance on Ice, u kojem pokušava pokazati svoje klizačko plesno umijeće.
I was asked to do Dance on Ice when I was in America, and I thought there's no way I'm going to be able to ice skate. So I googled to look for amputee ice skaters, and I couldn't find anything. So I thought, but they offered a lot of money for our charity, and our charity always needs more and more help.
No nije uvijek bilo sve lagano za Heather Mills. Težak život kroz koji je prolazila ostavio je velikog traga na njoj.
What was the most difficult thing, while you were growing up?
When I was a child, my mother left when I was 9 years old, and I had to start looking after the family. And then my father went to prison, and then I had to, take care of my brother and sister a lot and work from a very young age, so I didn't have a chance to finish my school. And I started my business when I was very young. I became a millionaire by the time I was 19, but then I realized money wasn't important. And I left everything in England and went skiing in Slovenia.
Tijekom svog boravka u Sloveniji, Heather je upoznala Siščanku Renatu Matijašević, svoju blisku prijateljicu već 20 godina. Upravo ju je to prijateljstvo izbližilo s našom zemljom, pa je tako i za vrijeme rata boravila tu i pomagala invalidima.
Because I'd worked in the war zone and saw so many amputees, I decided to collect artificial limbs from around the country. And then I got the prisoners in England to dismantle them and put them into boxes. And we shipped thousands of limbs, and I worked with the Institute of Prosthetics in Zagreb for a while. And the first girl I fitted was a young girl called Martina, who I saw again years later, who's doing very well. And then since then, we've fitted over 400,000 amputees around the world.
What was the thing that touched you mostly while you were involved in Balkan War, helping people?
I think when I worked in the wartime, what I loved the most was how people came together like a community to look after each other. The only thing I didn't like about it was that people were so scared about not having anything that money became very important to people. So it became divided in certain ways. Some people felt they had to have the best car, the best house, the best this, and they forgot what was really, really important.
No scenarij koji se dogodio Heather Mills za vrijeme Domovinskog rata bio je svakako neočekivan i pomalo ironičan. Naime, dok je u Londonu prikupljala sredstva za kupnju proteza, prelazeći cestu udario ju je policijski auto, te su joj morali amputirati nogu.
I think the reason I wasn't angry when I lost my leg was one, just my personality. Two, I'd worked in a war zone and seen a lot worse for 2 years before I lost my leg. And three, my mother lost her leg at the same age as me, in the same place, but they reattached it. And it was hanging off from a car accident.
Zbog nepravednog životnog scenarija umjesto u bijesu, Heather je provodila dane pomažući drugima, pa je tako postala najpoznatija i najkontroverznija aktivistica na svijetu, posebno osjetljiva na prava životinja.
I think because of my childhood, I don't believe that anything is impossible. When I worked to stop China skinning dogs and cats alive and using it for fur in Europe, most people were wearing fur and they didn't know it was Alsatian puppy and Labrador. So I raised an awareness and spent many years with a group of people petitioning the European Parliament, and now we have 27 countries in Europe that have banned fur.
Even you influenced a big fashion company like Burberry and even fashionist Paris Hilton not to wear fur anymore. How did you manage to do that?
I asked her to come round, and she was brave to come round because I was very controversial with the fur issue. So she came round with her friend, and I knew she loved dogs. So I just gave her the video of the dogs being skinned, which is terrible, put the headphones on, and she was crying immediately, and she said, I'll never wear fur again.
Millionaire Richard Branson once told that he would kill for you. Even Hillary Clinton publicly said that you are the woman that she admires most because you've changed so many people's lives and touched so many hearts.
Richard does incredible work, and we have the same philosophy about making a difference. Hillary is a very strong woman. She knows what it's like to be controversial when you speak the truth. People don't always want to hear it.
Hillary i Heather posebno su se zbližile nakon urušavanja blizanaca te su zajedničkim akcijama prikupile više od $65 milijuna.
The only positive thing to have come out of that is to make some people in America see that that goes on in the world all the time, everywhere. And we are so lucky in the countries where this doesn't happen. But there are 53 wars in the world, and we only know about a few of them. And when I was in Croatia, I was appealing back in England to the Shadow Defence Secretary, who was Dr. David Clark at the time. And I said, you have to go in now, you have to stop this immediately. And he said, we're trying, you know, but unfortunately, there wasn't any gas, there wasn't anything that they were going to benefit from, which is really sad. But then finally they realized it's on the doorstep of Europe, something has to be done, and it was left so late.
What is the most important thing that you achieved in your life, and what are you most proud of?
For me personally, the thing I'm most proud of is my daughter, obviously. I had 6 miscarriages and 2 ectopic pregnancies, so I was told I wouldn't have a child, so that's a very personal thing to me. She's my miracle baby.
Kako je mnogi opisuju kao majstoricu na jeziku, Heatherin talent je prepoznao Larry King te joj dao priliku da uživo prati vjenčanje princa Charlesa i Camille te intervjuira slavnog Paula Newmana.
When I did the interview, I said, Larry, how did you let me do that? He said, I interviewed him 15 years ago and he's so shy and humble and private. He said, yes, no, yes, no. I said, so he said, it's the hardest interview I did, so I thought you can do it. So it was one of his last interviews before he died.
Unatoč svojem humanitarnom doprinosu zbog razvoda od Paula McCartneya, Heather je pretrpjela teško životno razdoblje, ponajviše zbog britanskih medija koji su ju u jednom trenutku doslovno razapeli, budući su posebno slabi na njihovu ikonu bivšeg Beatlesa.
It was not always easy for you with media, but at the end you got what nobody else did. Media apologized to you.
The press had to apologize in the end because it started to damage our charity so much that the donations were going down. At first I used to laugh at the crazy things they said and just, you know, because I had so much to do in my life that it takes a lot of time to do legal things, to argue, to fight. The internet is so huge. But after a couple of years and people were believing the rubbish and it was affecting our charity, I was like, okay, this has to stop now. So then I started to do a lot of work, and I believe what should really happen is the size of the lie that they write should be the size of the apology they print.
Heather se u svojoj borbi protiv lažnog novinarstva obratila čak i engleskom parlamentu, jer smatra da zbog širenja lažne i plitke ideologije o trash zvijezdama koja je posebno karakteristična za Britaniju, neodgovorni novinari negativno utječu na cijeli svijet.
This whole celebrity crazy phenomenon is mad, you know. It has a box and it should be in that box, but for it to become the most important thing, so children are growing up thinking, I want to be like that. I joke because next to Dancing on Ice we have a show called Big Brother. This is the most stupid show in the world, and they keep asking me to do it, and I think, no way, I'd rather scrub the streets of London with a toothbrush than do this show. It's people watching people in a negative way.
Kako je ova iskrena i na jedan način poučna životna priča samo jedan u nizu primjera kako se treba odnositi prema životu, intervju ću završiti njezinim savjetom za sve one koji imaju sve, a to ne cijene. To vam govori žena invalid koja je zbog teškog života naučila cijeniti i dobre, a i loše stvari.
I think for anyone that's feeling sorry for themselves and, you know, they have too much time to think. You need to find something in your life that you're passionate about, and you need to give. The more you give, the better you feel. But you have to also be careful who you give to, because some people will just suck you dry and they won't go and do anything with it. And other people, they just need some help to get back together again. And if you help those people, they go on to inspire, they go on to make a difference, and they go on to be our future generation.
We've got a war to fight.